That's more like it. Actually, hold up. I don't even think it's on. Yeah, I don't think the heat is on. It may be on because I haven't heard it in a minute. But I just came on here to say, hold up. I'm gonna restart because I thought the heat may be on because I know the heat always come on when I be doing these videos. So let me just restart. Okay, look. Hello, everyone. Just had an idea for a video. I wanted to come on here and talk about it. I was in my bathroom. I was wiping off my nails and cleaning my nails and stuff. And I was like, wow, we are here for something. Every one of us is here for something. And I think the entire point of life is to figure out what that thing is and to go for it, to develop whatever talents it is that you have, whatever abilities that you have been blessed with and what you feel you need to be doing within your life. I believe that our time here spent within this realm or on earth it's meant to be spent chasing that and cultivating those gifts. Not chasing, but moving in the direction of elevation and really enhancing ourselves and the abilities that we have and cultivating those skills and gifts. I don't think that we should spend, I know we are not meant to spend our time going through these monotonous tasks and just doing things repeatedly over and over and over and over again. I think that's literally the definition of insanity when you think about the fact that we all have goals and dreams and we all have these things that, I don't want to say bother, but really rest on our mind a lot, and they're always there, and that it's always an ideal version of a better life that is constantly there. We think about it when we're sleeping. We think about it at night. We think about it when we're at those jobs that we don't like. We think about it when we're at school and we're in situations where we feel that our gifts are not really being used in the way that they should be used, and we're not operating at our highest potential. We think about these things a lot, but we don't never give a lot of us don't give ourselves the opportunity to go towards that, honestly. And I think that's largely in part due to the fact that we view time as such a limited resource, which it is because we're not here infinitely. We're here for a finite amount of time within this life to do something. And I don't know what it is that you're called to do, but I know you're called to do something, because that's something that only you and God knows, like whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. But I know you're supposed to be doing something the same way I know I'm supposed to be doing something. And I think one of the reasons that I'm so grateful, I always express my gratitude in being able to come on here and speak in these videos. Bro, I swear I haven't heard it all day. I swear to God it ain't came on all day. I swear to God the air ain't came on all day. I swear maybe I just wasn't paying attention to it. Hold up. Dog. Fuck it, I'm gonna just keep going. See, I done lost my train of thought, but let me find it. Bro. Like I was saying, bro, we are all here to do something. I'm trying to figure out what I was even talking about. Hold up. Okay, cool. But like I was saying, we're all here to do something. And within this amount of time that we have a life, we all have to figure out what that is and figure out what the purpose is. Like I was saying, I don't know what yours is, but I know it's something. I think that even with doing these videos, and why I constantly express my gratitude in being able to do these videos and holding myself accountable in doing these videos, is because within this process of doing this, I feel that I am growing, and I feel that I am growing and I am developing a gift, and I am serving my purpose. I often, not often, every time I leave doing one of these videos, I feel really good, especially when I do it like at nighttime when I do it, because I'm tired. So I'll do it and I'm like, okay, I did my part for the day. But like when I do the videos during the day, but I haven't really done a video during the day in a while, just because I kind of like this nighttime intimate look with the colors and my lights and everything. But when I do them during the day and I do them early, let's say I do it when I get back from the gym. If I go to the gym early that day, I'll come home and I'll do the video and I'll edit it and I'll upload it. And I always just feel so good when I step into the world, because like I've mentioned previously, it makes me feel good and it makes me feel like I did my part to add to the collective goodness whatever that may be. I don't know if goodness was the appropriate word for it, but I feel that I did what I was supposed to do for that day, and I can be happy, and things pretty much come easy throughout that time after. But what I notice a lot within just so many different groups of people, or just people in general, is a lot of us don't really prioritize or allocate the time that we should in order to really cultivating those gifts and giving ourselves the opportunity to at least try, and a little bit of time to create sort of a cause and effect on our life in order for us to grow. I know that for me in the past, and this is something that I tell a lot of people around me now, is that you don't have to start big. You know, everybody has that vision in their mind that is big and grandiose, but you're not going to start there. And I really had to get out of my own head, even with recording these videos, because I was like, bro, I want my office to look perfect. I want it to be perfect before I start doing videos. But then I had to realize, bro, I'm robbing not only myself, but I'm robbing the people that may be able to benefit from my story, to hear me and to learn from my experience. I'm not offering my authentic experience in a place where it's actually happening so people can learn from it and kind of resonate with it, I guess. One of my biggest, I don't want to say regrets, and I'm not sure if I talked about this on this channel before, but one of my biggest regrets is the gaps that exist within my music catalog. Understanding that those gaps served a purpose in the journey as well, but some of the gaps served a purpose in the journey because some of those gaps were needed to kind of understand what I needed to learn and to go through certain things, whether it be falling out with certain relationships or doing whatever was necessary in order for me to grow to become this person that I had become. But a lot of the gaps, some of the gaps bother me because I know that I wasn't giving my effort and I wasn't giving everything that I could have given in order to maximize the story and ultimately become the person that I was supposed to become, or would inevitably become. I don't want to say faster because I don't want to sound like I'm rushing the process, but I really just wish I would have documented the process more, because I don't like the fact that there are gaps within the history of the process, which is why I'm so pressed about making sure things are documented now, just to have them available. You never know who it can help, and I may want to look back on these things someday. I don't really find myself looking back at a lot of the things I do now, at least not these videos, because these are kind of more like diary entries. But I do listen to my music a lot. I really only listen to my music. I don't think that's arrogant at all. So I'm not even gonna throw a disclaimer like, oh, what, not to be arrogant. Like, I don't think that's arrogant at all. I love what I do. I love the things that I create. I have other people's music that I love to listen to as well. I love, if you know me, bro, I love Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, and Drake's music, bro. Those are the people that really like got me into my creativity. That's what it is. And I love what they do, but I don't love what they do nearly as much as I love what I do, bro. I ride around and I listen to myself all day long because I just love it. And it comes from a place of just doing me. I was watching a video and then bro was talking about the importance of authenticity. And I think with the music that I make, I know it has sort of like a pop appeal, but I make it because I love it and that's what I really want to hear. So the fact that I can listen to something that I made and be so elated and just be so happy and so grateful that I did that, and get that boost of energy from the confidence that it provides me, understanding that, one, I did what I want. Two, I did what I want and it's amazing. You know, it's amazing. And three, I did what I want. It's amazing. And it has the potential to reach millions, if not billions of people. I know that about myself. And that's not me trying to hype myself up. Bro, I know what I got going on. I'm very humble about it, and I display humility, and I try not to be arrogant about it, but I know the truth. I know the truth and I know what's going on. I'm not dumb. You know, I'm not an idiot. I hear it. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm blessed to have been able to create it. I'm grateful that I was chosen to create those songs. But I think even being able to be picked to make those songs is just about having an intention, and it's about actively pursuing your purpose and actively striving to be that best version of yourself that you know you're capable of being. And like I said at the start of this video, we all have a purpose and we all have something that we're supposed to be doing. It's whether or not you choose to acknowledge it or not. And to take it a step further, after the acknowledgement of that purpose and the gift that you have the ability to cultivate, it's whether or not you're going to take action to actually do it. Like, it's one thing to know you have something, like, but are you going to then take it a step further and actually use what you have to grow, to not only help yourself develop, but to help the people around you grow and to find who they are. That's one of my, even making these videos, I want to help other people discover who they are. Like, the same way I'm in the process of discovering who I am and reconnecting with parts of myself that may have been abandoned in the past. As I do that, I want other people to strive to do that within their own lives. That way, just because I understand how this process has affected me, and I understand how doing these videos and reading certain books that help me have a deeper level of understanding about who I am in my own situation, and acting on my creative hunches, you know, acting on these ideas that come to me, I understand how they I understand how that creative process and acting on it pours into my cup. And in doing these things, I am noticing myself become more whole of a person. I'm noticing myself become more confident. I'm noticing myself embrace my inner Kanye. I don't really give a fuck anymore about a lot of different things. And it's not I don't give a fuck and I'm disregarding other people or anything else. It's that I don't give a fuck because I know what I have and I'm confident in what I have. And I know that by me embracing what it is that I have, I can have an effect on someone else's life to do the same thing. And I think that this joy that I've felt, even as the external world tries its best to bother me, as these bills pile on and as these different circumstances just try to get me and they just try to like fuck with me, it's like, I don't really give a fuck about that anymore. You can't really fuck with me. They can't fuck with me. And that's how I feel. And that's what I know as I continue to develop and be this person that I know that I am, and to really just establish myself not only within the world, but just within my own life and within my own being. There are still situations where I feel a little bit of anxiety, but I know that's just because I haven't established myself as a confident person within those situations. And that's just a part of the learning curve about life. You can't be perfect. Like I said earlier in this video, there was a time where I didn't want to start making these videos because my office didn't look the way I wanted it to look. I'm not gonna tell y'all how I wanted to look. You'll see as it continues to evolve. Because this is still early. This is very early within the journey. This isn't the office I'm gonna be in. 2 years from now, I'm gonna be somewhere totally different. As long as I continue to allow myself to grow, I'm gonna be in a better situation, and I know this, because that's what my intention is, and I'm going to make it happen. I think another thing that this process has developed in me, and the confidence that comes with it, is understanding that I can really do whatever I want. Like making these albums, making these videos, editing my music videos, learning how to do all of these different things and acquiring these different skills, bro. It really puts you in a place that I think everyone should strive to get to. And it's not to shit on other people. It's not to belittle anyone else. And it's not to make yourself, or it's not to allow your ego to take control and make sure, or it's not to allow your ego to take control so that you feel better than other people. But it's to a point it's to get to a point within your own life that you really feel unfuckwithable. Like, you know they can't fuck with you. That's you get to that point and it's like, yeah, they can't fuck with me. And it's not I'm better than them. It's just I can't be stopped. And I can pretty much do whatever it is that I want. Within the law, don't, because I know y'all like to take shit out of context. Y'all like to, you know what I'm saying? I already know how that shit go. But in terms of aspiring to be the person that you want to be, in terms of making your dreams come true, bro, there's pretty much nothing that can get in your way as long as you believe in it, and as long as you are willing to take those necessary steps that will ultimately, inevitably allow you to reach that goal and use your time wisely to cultivate the gifts that have been given to you to actualize your purpose. I think that once you really get into that state and you really get into that flow, you're pretty much in the world and you have that mission, bro. One thing I've noticed within my life, when I have a mission, when I'm focused on something, really focused, because even right now as I'm doing these videos, I'm not as focused as I'm probably 30% focused right now. I'm not really, I have things that I'm working on, but in this very moment, I'm just relaxing. But a lot of times, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I think about it a lot, the level of focus that goes into making a music video. I'll be honest with all of you, I'm not a very organized person. I'm not very organized. I know people that work with me, they may get very irritated. I know Chuck probably be irritated. That's my dog, but I know he probably be irritated. Like, this nigga don't know what the fuck he be doing. But he always make it happen. Like, I always make shit happen, but I don't really go into a lot of these things with a plan. Like, a lot of the videos that we've shot, Long Way Home, Last Call, I did have a plan. I did have a plan because I made a choreography of that video. But a lot of the things we do are just kind of like run and gun. And I like that about the process of just going out into the world, being a kid with a camera and friends who want to do things creatively with a camera, getting some shots, bringing those shots back to my laptop and seeing what I can create, you know, and just seeing how that will evolve. And I'm sure the video process will evolve, but like, I'm not a very organized person. But within those moments of creating music videos specifically, or whether it be an album, there's an intense level of focus because the mission is very apparent. It's like at the front of my mind. And the mission pretty much exists here. But in those times where it's like, for example, when we shot the Tailgate Season video, the mission was here, but I was super fixated on it because we were working with a time constraint. And I just learned about a law. I was listening to like a motivational video and I forgot Parkinson's law. It's Parkinson's law, and it talks about the goal. Don't quote me verbatim on this, but it's something along the lines of the goal will adjust itself for the time allotted to it. So if you give yourself 2 hours to do something, you'll get it done within 2 hours. Take that same task and you give yourself 10 hours to do it, you'll find a way to get it done in 10 hours. So the time allotted will adjust for how quickly you get the task done. You'll probably procrastinate, go get some food, but well, I don't know if I've told this story either. You know, I just be talking. So when I say things when I think of things that I may have said already, I'm gonna stop saying that because I just be on here talking to y'all. But I'll never forget, I was in college. It was my freshman year of college. I was wilding up at Michigan State University. I didn't care nothing about going to class. So it got to the point at the end of the semester where I didn't even realize that I had missed out on so many different assignments. I missed out on 9 papers. And I asked my TA, that's the teacher's assistant, so it's like the teacher's assistant, I asked him what were my chances of passing the class after I took the final. He looked me dead in my eye and said 0. And it bothered me because I'm like, damn, bro, like, I wasn't mad at him. I was just mad at the situation. But I wasn't even really mad. I was like, he don't know who I am. So I went back to the computer lab at Brody Square. There's a computer lab like downstairs in Brody Square. And I wrote 9 papers in 3 hours and turned them in. I think they had to be in by 3 o'clock or something like that. I wrote 9 papers, 9 3-page papers, and turned them in. And I passed the class with a 3.0. That's a B. And I was failing badly. But that just goes to show you what can happen when you really focus and when you really put that attention on your intention. And your intention is fulfilling your purpose and getting the job or the task at hand done and making sure that it's complete in a way that is going to ensure that you get the best outcome for your life and your situation or whatever it may be. Another example is tailgate season. I've also noticed that being more focused makes me much more magnetic. It makes me much more social in a way that I kind of just flow through spaces. I kind of just get through them with ease, super ease, like tailgate season video. I probably gained like 150 followers just that day of shooting that video. Just moving through, having different conversations with people as we're filming the video, and then those people telling people who are telling people, and that people are kind of tuning in to see if they're a part of this moment that's being created. Mind you, nobody knows what's going on. I'm just doing this. Nobody really knows. I was like, okay, cool. But I know the energy because I felt it. And when I'm not focused, I'm more in a space where I'm socially anxious, and I don't really find, you know how, and if you're a younger person watching this, don't start drinking. But for those of you that are above the age of 21, you know how when you're drinking, you can just do the things that you like would do that when you're sober. It's like when you're drunk, bro, you can talk to anybody. But when you're sober, you're anxious and you're second guessing yourself. And it's like, bro, when I'm focused and when I'm moving with like an intention, and I'm kind of detached from the world around me. I think that's what it is. That's crazy. I think that's what it is, because when I'm focused on the mission, I'm detached from the world, and I'm detached to the opinions of other people and how I may assume that they're perceiving me within the moment. Wow, that's crazy. It's kind of like I'm intoxicated on purpose. Not intoxicated. Wow, that's a double entendre. Intoxicated on purpose and intoxicated on purpose. You get it. What JLo say? Orange drink. If you know, you know. She funny as hell. But yeah, though, so keeping the mission and understanding that, bro, I gotta get this shit done. And that this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. Understanding that within this time frame that we're given, this life experience, we are all meant to do something. We're all meant to learn something. We're all meant to grow and evolve in certain ways, and really tune into who it is that we are as people, and to add to the collective growth and development in the evolution of our species and our world. I think that's the top priority for all of us as people. But we have to be intentional about it, and we have to be aware of it. I think just not enough people are aware of the fact that they can create change within themselves and within their lives, if they choose to do so. And that's it. You know, if you choose to do it, you can do it. If you're made aware of the fact that you can do it and you choose not to, well, that's on you, and you'll have to keep trying, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, bro. Like, I'm grateful to have discovered a sense of purpose, and I'm very interested to see who I evolve into, with this newfound sense of purpose and intention within my life, to just be the best that I can and to help other people be the best that they can. I've really been developing my sense of empathy and understanding that I am gifted and I am blessed and I am in possession of something that deserves gratitude, and I should be grateful for who it is that I am, because to have this level of awareness at this age and at this time in my life where so many others haven't been blessed with the opportunity to even take time to get to know themselves. I think in the past, or the naive way to think, is to be upset with people at their lack of awareness and at their lack of understanding of the world around them. But you have to understand, and what I had to understand is that, bro, everybody doesn't come from the same circumstance. So you can't really speak down on people who may not have the level of understanding, because maybe they just didn't have the time to come to understand what it is that could be done, or what should be done, or what ought to be, how time ought to be utilized. Because a lot of people come from situations where they're literally in survival mode, and a lot of people come from situations where they're so far disconnected from that realm of just purely surviving that they're out of touch with reality. You see this with like super like rich kids who just don't have a sense of purpose because they may not see the point of having purpose, because everything that they perceive to be valuable is already available to them. The same thing with people who come from extreme poverty. It's like, bro, they don't have time to think about how they can better their situation, because they know that's going to take time and it's going to take a lot of work. And that time that it's going to take to do that, or at least the time that they perceive that it's going to take for them to do something that it's going to change their life for the better, it's too much, bro. And it's too, the task is too hard, and niggas ain't got the time to be thinking about that, bro. His bills got to be paid, you know? And I really had to develop my empathy for that, and just to understand that on both sides, because both sides are two extremes. I think I fall right in the middle. I didn't really have a tough upbringing. Financially, we weren't rich, but I can't say that I ever experienced consistent struggle. You know, that's not something that I experienced as a child. Now, as an adult, I've definitely experienced some struggles around this motherfucker. I'm not gonna hold you. I've definitely struggled to this. But I think that we just have to do a better job of being empathetic of people and lending a helping hand to one another. I think there was a video of Justin Bieber. His car broke down in the hood. And I thought it was so cool how he was just embraced. And how he was given the opportunity in that moment to see a different side of life. And how the people who were on the other side, I think it's Justin Bieber, like, this is a real person. Because we often dehumanize these people that rise to to very high positions. But it's like for that moment to provide a connection on both sides. Like, I don't think Justin was born rich, but he's been like a superstar since he was a kid. But here he is in Los Angeles. I believe it was Los Angeles. And he's like, wow, bro, that's Justin Bieber. And it's like, there's a connection right there. It's like, oh, wow. And not to say that they went into like extreme conversations about different things, but bridging that gap. My last video is about bridging the gap, but this is about bridging a gap in a different type of way, but bridging the gap between where people are and allowing people to see that it's just a change in your mentality. It's just a change in what you choose to do and what you believe about yourself and what you believe to be possible. It's also understanding that we need to do a better job at providing people with opportunities to flourish and putting people in situations that allow them to really cultivate their gifts and abilities, because there are so many people who aren't given the opportunity, and we're missing out on so much greatness within the world by not allowing certain groups of people to really share their greatness. I think if we put a spotlight on certain groups and provided resources to certain different groups of people, we could really see a positive change within the world, and we could see evolution like at a rate that we've never seen it before, operated on a communal basis, and allowing people from different backgrounds, nationalities, ethnicities to really share their gifts and giving them the space to cultivate these gifts. There are so many gifts that people have that go unnoticed and go unnurtured. There are so many diamonds in the rough because people just don't have the space and time. So I hope that by me doing these videos, I can at least shed some light on the fact that we all have a gift. Some people may feel like they don't, but you do. You just have to figure it out. And I don't want anybody to feel like they don't, because I know how it feels to kind of question your existence at a time. I've always felt that I was special, though. I will say that. I don't know if everybody else feels like that, but since a kid, I've always felt different. I've always felt special. There was a time within my childhood, I thought I was the only person in the world. I thought I was the only real person. I thought everybody else were robots or was robots. Was it words or were? I don't know. I'm thinking too fast. But I thought everybody else was robots. I thought everybody else were robots. I'm real big on grammar, and that was kind of fucking me up. But I thought people were just playing along in my story. And to a degree, I still believe that. I'm not gonna lie. Imagine my surprise when I saw The Truman Show. Mind blown. Mind blown. Like crazy. Like what? What the heck? And even before I saw The Truman Show, that thought kind of evolved into me thinking like, I'm not the only person, but maybe I'm one of the few. That's why I speak directly to a certain group of people. You're the person watching this. I don't make these videos for everybody. They're not for everybody. Everybody's not going to like them. Everybody's not going to agree with them. Everybody's not going to value them, because everybody shouldn't. I don't make them for everybody. I make them for the people like me. I make them for the people that at some level they believe that they're special, and maybe they just need a little bit of encouragement and support in order to go after or go towards the pursuit of cultivating their gifts. I've been speaking too long because I don't have 0 minutes left, and it's been on 0 minutes for a second. But I thank all of you for tuning in. I'm extremely grateful. That motherfucker cut out of me. But no, I thank all of you for watching, tuning in. I'm grateful as always. I am Nick Johnson, aka your favorite cousin. And if I haven't already, I officially welcome you all to the Purple Era, and I will catch you on the next one.